Okay, we're going to be doing an overview of Family Court Act 350.3, which is entitled Dispositional Hearings, Evidence, and Required Quantum of Proof, Appearance of Presentment Agency, PA. I always put PA, but it stands for Presentment Agency. All right, so let's break this down and then we're going to do the quiz or question. So only evidence that is material and relevant may be admitted during a dispositional hearing. Okay, so just remember that Article 3, Part 5 is just relating to dispositional hearing. Okay, an adjudication at the conclusion of a dispositional hearing must be based on a preponderance of the evidence. Now, this whole thing, preponderance of an evidence, is civil, and in the next question, they're going to talk about how the fact-finding hearing is without a reasonable doubt, which is related to criminal code. But when you get to the dispositional hearing, it's then going to go to the civil language of preponderance of the evidence. So keep that in mind. Okay, the presentment agency shall appear at the dispositional hearing. Okay, and then the victim, right? So the respondent committed the crime against this victim. This victim has a right to make a statement relevant to questions of the disposition. Victim chooses, so if the victim chooses to make the statement, then the court shall notify at least 10 days prior to the date of the dispositional hearing. Court shall notify the respondent. Oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta correct myself here. The victim, the victim shall notify the court at least 10 days prior to the date of the dispositional hearing. If they decide that they choose that they want to make a statement, they have to notify the court at least 10 days prior. Sorry about that. Then the court shall notify the respondent no less than 7 days prior to the dispositional hearing of the victim's intent to make a statement. Now, the victim shall not be made aware of the final disposition of the case. So the victim's going to make the statement, but they're not going to know, what the final disposition of the case is. So, all right, let's do the quiz or question. Quiz or question, and again, this is FCA 350.3. Select the correct statement or statements regarding the dispositional hearing. 1. Only evidence that is material and relevant may be admitted. 2. An adjudication must be based on evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. 3. The presentment agency shall appear. 4. The probation service shall appear. Okay, the answer to this is 1 and 3. So 1 was actually in the first one that we read right on the card. It's exactly the way the code is written, that only evidence that is material and relevant may be admitted. We just saw that. There it is. Only evidence that is material and relevant may be admitted during a dispositional hearing. Okay? And then 3, the presentment agent shall appear. And here it is. We just went over that. Number 3, the presentment agency shall appear at the dispositional hearing. Now, let me just see what it says. It must be based. Okay, so 2 is wrong because remember we had that whole discussion about how fact-finding hearing is beyond a reasonable doubt. Let me just read the number 2. Number 2, an adjudication must be based on evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. Must is correct, but remember what I said. Fact-finding hearing is beyond a reasonable doubt, but dispositional hearing is going to go civil, and here it is, preponderance of the evidence. Okay, so must be based on a preponderance of the evidence for dispositional hearing. So number 2 is wrong. Number 4 is wrong because the probation service shall appear is incorrect. May appear is the correct answer. So that makes 1 and 3 correct. Okay, only evidence that is material and relevant may be admitted, and the presentment agency shall appear. So let's read what the quizzer says, which is basically kind of what I said, but let's read it anyway for good measure. Okay, only evidence that is material, which means important, and relevant, pertinent, and appropriate, may be admitted at the dispositional hearing. The standard of proof now changes from fact-finding hearing standard of beyond a reasonable doubt to a civil procedure standard, there it is, of proof by a preponderance of evidence. Okay, dispositional hearing, preponderance of evidence, fact-finding hearing, beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, at the dispositional hearing, the presentment agency must appear while the probation service may appear as a witness with respect to the preparation of the probation report. Note, new subdivision 4 regarding victim's right to make a statement regarding any matter relevant to the disposition. And there you have it.